I want to talk about what happened to Red Lobster and why it is an example of why consumers are mad as hell all over the United States and don't want to take it anymore. You see, Red Lobster is the largest seafood restaurant chain in the world. And in 2020, one of the world's largest seafood suppliers acquired a 49% stake in Red Lobster, becoming the majority shareholder. Now, they promised when they took over the chain, we won't change a thing. Of course, by 2022, they changed everything. Started firing current management, even moved the corporate headquarters and vacated it because they brought a feng shui analyst over and said bad energy in that corporate headquarters and abandoned it. And then they installed their management and start making a majority of the seafood purchases from Thai Union instead of their previous suppliers. Of course, there's always a problem if a supplier buys a retailer because all of the other suppliers that Red Lobster had had for years now have one of their major competitors looking at all their product and pricing. So when they switch from their prior suppliers over to Thai Union, turns out Thai Union's products cost more, which ran up the cost. And of course, like happens all the time, the further away from the customer the ownership is, then the more they view their customers like they're an ATM, just like they're an automatic teller machine that will just keep coming and pumping money into that company regardless of what they're getting. So, in order to increase profit margin, Thai Union decided some changes need to take place at Red Lobster. Let's say we take waiters and waitresses, and instead of having them handle 3 tables of diners, let's make that 10. You know what happens after that. Someone brings your food. Oh, they forgot my lemons for my fish, or I need this, or I need a drink refill. Well, you sit there and going, man, my food's getting cold. I don't have my lemons. Well, this person is waiting on 7 additional tables that they didn't have to before. Then they made a decision to say, let's just leave the tails on the shrimp in the pasta salad that has shrimp. You don't think as a consumer I'm going to notice if I crunch on a shrimp tail where before I didn't? Yeah, I'm going to notice that. Then there was this little decision, didn't seem like a big deal. Let's not include a side salad with the meal. You think I don't notice? I don't get my side salad and I've got to pay extra for it? Of course I'm going to notice that. Oh, let's stop having the greeter up at the front during lunch. So you think I'm not going to notice? I walk in during lunch when I maybe have an hour and I'm standing there waiting on somebody to notice that I walked into the restaurant? Yeah, I'm going to notice that. And a matter of fact, the prices are the same, the service decline. At some point, I'm saying, I'm done. I'm not coming back to this place anymore. Then they go, why are we losing customers? Then you say, oh, let's take this occasional endless shrimp or endless lobster promotion or whatever and make it permanent. Well, I'm paying higher food prices because I'm buying from my owner. And now I'm doing an endless promotion every day, and people are sitting here eating us out of house and home. So is the bankruptcy filing surprising? Of course not. But it's just like everything else. I live in a small town, and when I was growing up, there are about 5 or 6 grocery stores. Some small, some medium sized, some large, some national chains, some regional chains. Well, what do we have now? Primarily a Kroger and a Walmart. That's pretty much it, except for the dollar stores that have moved in. There's an ethnic um, Hispanic grocery store close by that sometimes I pop in and get something. But for major shopping, two spots, Kroger and a Walmart. So customers are pissed off. They're paying the same and most likely paying more, which I attribute to what I call corporate greedflation, because the profit margins are going up as the prices go up. So if you look at these companies' earnings, they're earning billions more. Yes, the prices went up, but if the profit margin had stayed the same, then their profit would have stayed the same. But if the profit's going up, that means they're doing a little bit more than just passing the price increase on to the customer. They're adding some margin to that that's going into their corporate coffers. Other things such as, let me give you an example of a big box home improvement store. You know what I'm talking about. The Lowe's, the Home Depots of the world. I've had experiences there where I go in and there may be 5, 6 people that really know what's going on, really know about these products, the hardware, the appliances. The rest of the folks, they're there to go find the person that knows what's happening. As an example, I was installing a Ring doorbell. I needed a drill bit that could drill through brick. So I asked someone, where can I find a masonry brick? They took me over, directed me to a drill bit. I brought it home. Didn't do anything. It was titanium, but it wasn't a masonry bit. I went back. They said, oh, so-and-so knows about that stuff. They went and grabbed this guy. He took me right over. Here's our masonry bit. I came back, put it on my drill, and it sunk right into that brick and drilled through it. So what happened there? What happened was I had to make 2 trips. Return the old product, get the new product. That's not a good use of my time. Who knows how far I would have been away from that store? It just so happened I was doing this at home, so it wasn't far. But it could have been a far different situation, and I would have had to drive 15, 20 miles to go get the right product. So this is going on everywhere. But interestingly enough, one business is being praised as bucking the trend. Ace Hardware. You know Ace Hardware, the little small hardware stores that people kind of abandoned when the big box home improvement stores came along. Now they're starting to boom. And you know why I think they're booming? Because you walk in there and somebody knows what they're talking about. They can lead you exactly to what you're looking for. And why is that? Even though they're a national company, the franchisees and locations are locally owned. So you can get people that actually understand what's happening. They're in the neighborhoods. They know a lot of their customers, and people feel like they're getting a value for their money. Some of the big box stores, they're losing customers. So there is still hope. But as consolidation gets worse and worse, because now we have, Kroger and Albertson merging or trying to merge, our choices will get even fewer. But keep hope alive. Hopefully, everything won't go down the road of Red Lobster, but we're fighting and swimming upstream as consumers. But I refuse to be some company's ATM anymore.